Hi Mockingbirds, welcome to Tequila Mockingbird. I am goddamn tired and I don't know how this video is gonna be. And to be honest, I believe the book is going to reflect my mood because it is goddamn Amelia Bedelia. I love this book. I loved this book. I can already feel myself being tired at the prospect of reading this. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be bad because of the selection, and I'm already annoyed. So G.D. Amelia Bedelia by Peggy Parrish and drawn by Fritz Siebel. Thank God Fritz can draw people because I don't think this would work if they were bunnies. So a little information on Peggy Parrish. She also went to college. She also studied English, and she decided to be an elementary school teacher. God love her. It doesn't say exactly where she came up with the idea for Amelia Bedelia, but with probably a bunch of 6- and 7-year-olds running around not doing what you ask of them, probably where she got the character from. Okay, I'm going to be honest. You can tell my mood by the state of my hair. You can see the flyaways, but what you can't see is the huge rat's nest that is in the middle of this bun, like a hair donut. You know those donuts that you roll down to fill out your bun? Well, this is all my hair, and there's no donut in it. There's a rat's nest. I lost my comb, and I haven't combed my hair in a week. You can already tell straight up that Amelia Bedelia is gonna screw stuff up because look at them rosy cheeks. You know what rosy cheeks means? Someone is sloshed. Can I just ask what it is with kids' books and these colors? Again, this isn't exactly the same color scheme of Goodnight Moon, but green and bright red. Are they trying to induce a headache? Let's just say this house already looks like a piece of junk. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but we can see that it's not level. Is it normal just to carry an umbrella around? Oh, I guess I'm rolling. F you, Amelia Bedelia, you even knocked over my camera. From the book, Amelia Bedelia, you are effing things up. I have no soul. I've never blinked in my life. What kind of background check did Amelia Bedelia go through? In her first dialogue, she says, "Such a grand house. These must be rich folks. So I need to rob them blind before I get fired because I can't follow direction." So she decides to make them the cake because she doesn't have enough to do. Which I do want to point out something that I'm noticing, and I'm wondering, I feel like I've read this before too, but I could be lying. But can we just take a look at Amelia Bedelia's face in this? She looks a little older. She's got some wrinkles around the eyes. No big deal. Not an issue. But if we look at the front picture, she's like a rosy-cheeked little, like, woman, you know, maybe 30, maybe not even. So I'm not quite sure how we went from this bright-eyed, young, rosy-cheeked woman to the maid from the Brady Bunch. It says, change the towels in the green bathroom. Okay, well, all your bathrooms are green because this color scheme is just white and green. So which bathroom? How many bathrooms do you have? Do you have a red bathroom? Do you have a blue bathroom? Do you have a yellow bathroom? Or do you have just one friggin' bathroom? Now I'm thinking that having a green bathroom might be a good idea because you could just hide the mold. I'm insane! I don't want to pick apart art, but this whole YouTube video is based on being judgy. And I just want to point out this faucet right here has like an extra line in it. I get the like aesthetic, but that just looks like a mistake. Like you couldn't erase it? Really? Okay, so she's looking at the scroll that Mr. and Mrs. Rogers gave to her. And then they asked her to dust the furniture, which... What? If you're gonna dust the furniture, wouldn't you just hit it? The dust goes up in the air. Whew. Even thinking about dust. I'm allergic to dust. So I don't dust my furniture. So if you hit the furniture, wouldn't the dust go in the air and then fall back down on the furniture? But so she obviously knows, she knows cleaning because she specifically says, it says dust the furniture. And then she said, did you ever hear of such a silly thing? At my house, we undust the furniture. So she has some basics of cleaning. So don't you think she would make that connection? There's something disconnected in her head. She found some dusting powder. I mean, at that point, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, this is on you. This is on you because what is dusting powder? And you want the furniture dusted and you have dusting powder. It's on you. Okay, so I was flipping through the pages to see where I was at in the book to start again. And the feeling of utter tiredness at Amelia Bedelia came over me. And just how many other antics she gets up to in this book. And I don't feel like I can do it. But we'll do it together. But I do have to say, I think I actually really remember this scene when I was a kid. And I didn't quite know what drapes were. And I didn't really understand what draw meant, as in to draw them close. I understand Amelia Bedelia, yeah. I'll draw the drapes. I mean, is this an everyday thing? I think I'll get better at drawing the drapes, but, so I think as a kid, yeah, it's just like, Amelia Bedelia is just doing what she's told. Like, that's more than I would do. I swear they have drawn this like she's never blinked. Like, look at her eyes. They're so tired. Look at that. I can't blink. I need to see everything. Okay, I definitely blame the Rogers. Because some of the things that they're asking her to do is just not normal grammar. I don't even know what time this is, but it's just not normal grammar. Because this one says right here, put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Okay, so I have a couple questions. Usually people, when they leave a room, they turn off the lights unless you're my husband, and then you don't. But to save and conserve energy, you turn off the lights. So that's the correct way to ask this. Can you please turn off the lights when you leave a room? And secondly, you don't say put out the lights. I mean, it could be like fire, like lanterns, but as you can see in this next picture, there's light bulbs hanging with socks. So, I mean, is there oil lanterns? I mean, it has a chain. The lamp has a chain, so I don't believe. I think this is like normal electricity. And can I just like pause for a second and like give some attention to Amelia Bedelia's little flower crown? She is literally a manic pixie girl before they existed. She definitely, if she got married, which I think they are trying to tell us that she's an old maid or a young maid, I don't know, depending on the drawing, she would definitely have worn a flower crown at her wedding, which I'm making fun of now, but when I saw pictures after my wedding of people wearing flower crowns, I was like, shit, I should have done that. Why was I cursed with no eyelids? Bitch, I draw the line. This asked her to measure 2 cups of rice. You are a cook. The premise of this book is the fact that you bake such great pies and lemon meringue that you spilled dust all over this antique furniture, potentially ruining the living room. Yet your lemon meringue is so delicious, you still have a job with these people. And yet you are measuring cups of rice with a measuring tape. Now, I believe the whole point of Amelia Bedelia is she throws in a little bit of this and a little bit of that to do her cooking, which, you know, first of all, baking is a science and you need specific proportions, which I'm not telling anyone anything new. So, Amelia Bedelia should have some sort of concept of measuring out flour to sugar. She needs some sort of concept of what a cup is. I'm exhausted. They ask her when the meat comes to trim the fat off the steak and dress the chicken. And of course, we're trimming the fat with bows and dressing the chicken. And she asks specifically, I wonder if she wants a he chicken or a she chicken. Okay, now shit gets real. The Rogers are back home. They're expecting a clean house. They're expecting to come back to their dank green house and expecting that Amelia Bedelia cleans it. So Mr. Rogers asks why the light bulbs are outside, although he looks rather happy that they're out. I have a feeling that coming up, we'll see that Mr. Rogers might need a little Amelia Bedelia in his life. She drew the curtains, but I want to mention, I feel like Amelia Bedelia's face changes with each picture. I can't say anything, at least he can draw people. You notice that Mrs. Rogers has a dead fox around her neck? They asked her, apparently, to change the towels. And she changed them into rags, I guess. There's a smiley face. This is something a child would do. She knows how to cook. She knows how to cook. Obviously, they wanted rice. And not to know that it's 4.5 inches tall. Again, she dressed the chicken, she trimmed the fat. But as I was saying before, I feel like Mr. Rogers needs some happiness in his life. This is a funny picture because it says Mrs. Rogers was angry. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia she was fired. But before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. Holy shit, I hope that something was pie. Which it is, because it's a children's book. So everyone was happy. I need a drink. Her lemon meringue pie was so orgasmically good that it saved Mr. Rogers' sanity, that he didn't have to hear Mrs. Rogers go off on another maid. It saved Amelia Bedelia's job, even though she ruined their house. And now the Rogers need to double check what they tell Amelia Bedelia before they instruct her to do anything. Amelia Bedelia has all the power in this relationship. She, A, is a psychopath. We all know that. But B, she's hiding and she needs a place to stay. We know there are other books about Amelia Bedelia screwing up, so it doesn't matter what Mrs. Rogers says. She's just going to... She is torturing these two people. Can I just ask, is Amelia Bedelia real? Like, is she real? Or is she like a poltergeist that comes in and ruins your house and goes away? Because, F you, poltergeist. I would rather you scared the living hell out of me, but leave my alone. Please, I don't need any lemon meringue. Please don't dust my couch. Just drag me under my bed, scare me, and go away. Thank you for watching. Like I said before, I love Amelia Bedelia, but bitch be crazy.